The views and opinions expressed on this show by the hosts do not necessarily state or reflect those of the channel. Furthermore, the views and the opinions of the guests do not reflect those of the host and the channel. Also, we do not encourage you to try this at home. We are trained professionals who do not have your best interest at heart or our own. Enjoy the show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls.
boys and girls, welcome to the greatest podcast on the planet.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yolana eti po 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 po.
And they tipping me off. I know you from the inside out. We do some real talking at my mama's house. We finna get something for $1. We might just head home in a Honda. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting. I'm okay. I'm just minutes away. You can call me any day. You can call me we play. But are you ready? I am ready. Don't keep me waiting.
Is it swinging and slaling? 1, 2 testing. Lamingamudla. 1, 2 testing. Guess what?
And to testing nami ngamuhla.
Enjoy usithina bana. Isaziso. Isaziso.
Ubhuti uhamba epick up ebomvu. Uchi ungavalanga amawindi.
Kulwehlanyo sorubhotshele phakathi.
Bale ngesiqale ngale. Ngoba asabeni bale episode engena nhlamba.
Oh.
Alright, so
But ukubhotshela inhlamba yini?
ususikweleta amapizza. Kuma sathini?
Hayi ngiqalisile.
Ngilikhulumile.
Hayi.
Uzabe review footage ngimile. Angimile.
Ikhulumile.
Ngimile because mina mhlamba free since 93.
Anyway. So let's set the world on fire. With your very bright. That is
Tonight. Labana sonke sake sasibona sesingama hippie laba.
So let's set the world on fire.
Labana era futhi kuba set ngoba ngizokukhulu lapha. Lokho ama chinos wapheqe so.
Yeah, ne?
Is that guy the same guy watch you stay lo Rihanna? What's that song?
No. Asuye lwana. Asuye. I want you to stay. Asuye. No, it's not him. I actually thought it was him, but it's not.
Hi, that one. Not too. Ding, 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 ding. Low pink. Ding, ding. It's too much. Just a second, we're not broken, but better we can let you love again. Teardrops home.
Yo. Yeah, lezo zikwazi
But
call me baby.
But here's my number. Call me baby.
But it came on around the same time.
Hey, I hold it for no generally secret. As guys in the podcast, how are you guys doing?
How are you?
How are you?
Honestly, since the podcast musical.
Ladies
and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the show.
Boys and girls.
Instead of fire, tell because it's a different atmosphere.
We are coming into live from Zulu Fashion House, and we have new stock here.
Yes, we have toys, eh?
Is this a toy?
Yeah, it's a toy.
Amajanjare.
That is
Agcwelela. Stuff sakhona.
Yeah.
I might
We
say
have-
jokingly, but there's some
we
really
have all
nice
the
things
baby
there.
making equipment.
Yeah, for those people
You
that
know?
are involved in gender-based violence, it's.
Hey.
Hi,
time, you always
No,
get us caught at
all right. Let me cook. Let me cook, bro. Let me cook.
Nah.
Let me cook.
At least
Let me
on
cook.
tele.
Gcini, what is that for? Ngubani khonokho?
Angikwazi so. Na bembuza ukuthi bakhona abakusebenzayo yini lo.
Show my jaws.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yasebenza lo.
Ukhona uzabeza ukuthenga.
It's for tickling there.
Phela sometimes ngani pain ungayidesha ngepleasure. Hayi, other way round. Ipleasure kanti ungayidesha ngepleasure. So they say.
No, but guys, into leyo so like yezangoma. Like you know, like where they behambe be.
Asikho lo.
Oh.
But lokho ay into lezilobu GBV uvuye bele point. Why lishayana?
Ushaya umfazi.
Nani
Sisho
che.
umfazi twa senza into
Ngobulawayo komfazi ushaya
Uthinta umfazi uthintimba kodwa.
no.
Na
So GPV, some people like pain.
Yeah, it's true.
Some people who
Pain that comes with pleasure. There's no.
in the words
So
of
they
Kabelo.
say.
So yabuphele yabuphumule emvivini la.
Hayi bebe wena shaya ukabelo sibona.
Ay ay ay.
Hayi.
Uzanchanga ngithi Siyangeke soyi2.
When she says choke me, she just means ukuthi gently, like bambindam, not ukuthi
Umkhama.
crush
Windpipe.
you idiot.
Oh yeah, zilana to
Justice
talk.
vocabulary.
Choke me daddy. Do a case for what?
All right.
All right.
All right.
And which I think uqathekile ukuthi nxa sikhuluma izinto ezinje so siphinde sikhumbuze abantu ukuthi izinto ezifani zimean yabo izinto uDave Chappelle
You said
wathi
it best, bruh.
izinto ezifani zimean yabo and we say these things not
To be
because
mean,
we are mean
but because they are funny.
because they are fun.
And they are funny until what?
Happens to
It
you.
happens to you. Yeah, well, so with that being said, how are you guys doing?
Chilling.
How are you guys doing? Is everyone okay?
No, we're all left.
Yeah, all left.
All left.
Nikuzile.
Uzawudala lezi zika Twani.
That is from 21,
don't
right?
die
2010.
a
we
bit.
did it.
Yeah.
Angiyazi.
No, so let me explain. This woman, and I've got a strange suspicion that she was Zimbabwean. But this is my personal belief. And
Yeah,
she went.
she was giving the
She was
country.
giving country vibes, bruh.
Yeah.
So anyway, she went on X Factor UK, and she was. I know it was Britain or America's Got Talent.
was one of those.
And her talent was comedy, stand-up comedy, you know. So, and she told the story really well, man. So her first joke was, "Are you all right?" And everyone's so excited, like, yeah. And she's like, no, you're all left.
left.
So no. The part that didn't come, yeah, there was an awkward silence because people were waiting for the punchline.
Yes,
Then they realized that was the punchline. Yeah.
man.
Go back home.
I realized that.
But yeah, when I
This is an accident.
this past weekend is like there are beautiful women in this city of kings and queens. Mankazana mahle bangani mami.
Yeah. Ungathi la ku podcast bathi siyabadelela kuphela ngoba ngobudebate bathi.
Hayi usesibajayela.
Even laba
Sabafaka ku-thumbnail, ama-views ethu, boom.
singanika amankazana kuphela ama-flowers guys beli bahle lisibonile ukuthi siyabe sesijayelene so
Thina sasibahle.
yeah sengubona uyi-one of the
Very
girls
Jane. UMJ nguyedwa la oyake compliment abantu ukuthi namhlanje bahle.
Yeah.
Ngobuhle.
Ralph, please.
Hayi nqanga
Please
zengizo.
complimented me just now before the
Angaze ngizwe but
Guys,
uMJ
basic
uyehlale
cool.
ekhuluma.
Yeah.
Dama James konke isikhathi
Utaba
like
kuthe
this.
basic cool.
So we appreciate you MJ for feeding our our vanity. Thank you so much.
Please re-emphasize that point because I don't think he had.
Oh, uthini?
Bengitheli bahle sure. I
Yebo.
think really had.
Ah, no, thank you so
Utshela
much.
ama-picture abo
Siyabonga.
leleyo weekend.
I know but the men there ne
But umbono
I
wami.
didn't go but the pictures that I especially you guys were looking
Yeah, obvious.
you are not even trying too hard that's how you know you're fine if
Yeah,
you
we're
don't
rocking.
have to try too high
Onjani bangani bami nankonisa nguwe.
Amankazana kabelo.
Yeah.
Amankazana emahle la.
Kulesifune ngisibone ku Twitter so this
But
girl
so spoon somuntu
angazi ukuthi
okhonzayo.
mbana but aso spoon somuntu okhonzayo lesiya.
Awusosibonisa
She
umuntu
had
okwenza.
blonde hair, short blonde hair. She was wearing long pants. Posted today, so limbonile.
Okay,
Yeah.
That girl's fire.
But yawena like you could respect when married people because with all these beautiful women, melu kete one.
It does make sense.
Like kunzi, like I feel like that's
just make sense.
the hardest decision no melu yenze
It
as
does
a
make
man.
sense. It does
Which
make
in a community where there are so much beautiful women when you have to choose one.
But do guys really choose one like these days?
Yeah.
Oh, but the hierarchy.
Like an example I'll give you.
Oh,
A
one
few
way over
months
my
ago,
God.
a friend of mine got married. It's a lady. On the same day, her guy was at Cosmo, VIP, with the host. You check. So I'm like, this is a new
different.
The guy
In
is
couple
different.
and
He's
never
getting
really
sold,
podcast.
bro.
Not with the whole.
I couple and never get podcast.
No, they don't.
Because now in a
Well,
divorce.
I mean, the podcast that you go about
But he with hose, they with the hoe are two different things.
Exactly, that's what
He
I'm
with
saying.
hose, the ambiance.
Yeah.
But he with the hoe, adultery.
Uyakwazi into le nje ukukhuluma ukuthi
As a newlywed.
less sneakers.
In your wedding
More
suit.
highness.
God is very giant. God is very giant.
Nxa kunjalo ngidlisani bo iphuza.
Ngiyakutshela joke. Ungabona sithi less sneakers, more highness. It's for the
For the
optics.
texture, the ambiance.
So
But
like
ungangithola
yeah.
nenkazana eyi-1 hayi lenexhaka leya.
Hapha masiza kumnandi lapha sahamba ku garden
One
of
thing I'll
house.
say about Garden of House, actually, something that I've noticed happening. It happened to my friend yesterday, and it happened to me at Garden of House. Angazi, I don't know. You guys will tell me if this is sexual harassment or not. But if a random chick and stops you and kisses you, nje, you know,
That is called the life.
I mean, it happened to me once at Garden of House. It happened to my friend Uzuzu yesterday at cocktails.
Ziphekezela nini abadoda. Balishayisa isiyakalisa yini.
Chris Brown labe.
Lingena lama.
No, but I'm saying, like, what are your thoughts? Is that
Yeah,
because
it's
if it was
sexual
the other way
harassment.
around?
Nah, it's like sexual
so-
harassment.
mouth, my G.
The sexual harassment. Though. Nah, leave it.
Sexual harassment if it's a nigga that you're not attracted to. No,
Like guys, lapha justifies izinto la.
I feel like okay, mara ngenza
coding,
example. Uyabona udingiswa kushaka ilembe that guy take okay, let me okay, a cute guy. Asithi kiss on Chris Brown from nowhere. Then
Sexual harassment.
Upastor loana uthiwa ngubani lwana upastor loana unamanga so othi wahamba ezulwini. Chamba. Yeah. Nangathi movie but compare ubona ngani unkazana ngakhiswa either two. Ngubani reporter for sexual harassment.
All right. The truth is, and it is sexual harassment, but Tina, as a machita, and if it happens, we'll be like,
If it's a nice chick.
no, even.
Wait, okay, there's a picture that's trending. It was posted everywhere. This couple, people thought it's a gay couple. I don't know who they are. It was posted on these other
Right for the
pages.
deleted comment,
You
yeah,
saw,
Katilava.
ne? This girl, she was wearing a cap. She was quite thick, but she had a face and I too. Okay. Okay, I mean like a man Bengukanu, a manly face. Then the guy looked more like the girl. So they were thinking it's a gay couple. If that girl kissed you, how would you
sexual
feel?
harassment.
No, bangan ma'am.
It's still sexual harassment, but the thing is, and it's still sexual harassment, but the thing is, and like I said, Tina, we as guys, we don't like guys who report and
Nah, kwenza njalo nxa ungajelanga ukukhiswa chomi.
I see. I Pagala. See. Sure. Thanks.
Point yami kuyina like angisaseli Tumelo but
Yeah.
Ngokhuluma.
into lezi nxa uzijayele vele nje like mawusu landa ngumuntu like athi ungamcelanga yabo ngivela akungeni sharp vele.
Ngokhuluma. Okuzinto lokhu contextual, like the act in itself when they didn't give consent, obviously is sexual harassment. But ngabe inkazana enhle la ungumjida. We take those things need to be taken into context. Yonke into is contextual. Ufala ukuthi i-billionaire linganika isibond $100. it's nothing, but it's bond doesn't give billionaire $100. It's an act of come on, newspaper. You know what I'm saying? Because even though it's just an exchange of $100, but there's context with both these people. Now, consent. So the kind of unwritten agreement is men really.
Yeah,
are
plus
always
like ukuthi
looking.
njengendoda mawusikhaya futhi ususiya report.
When a
Gotta
live
survive
video
that.
no khangeli
But
ayikachela
you're
lo
in sexual harassment.
anyway we're in the moment
Manje meeting and kissing ngambona anti.
Bazasitshela abantu abasilaleleyo.
balishaya ndoda ojane bashaya la
Mina ndingankisa nje ndibophisa anti.
Bazasitshela abantu.
don't try Jane bengangikhisa kodwa sihamba sonke obashaya
Yeah?
bengangikhisa sihamba sonke
Mina la izini.
singabangani babe you're protecting me
Siya ku-podcast.
Mawuyikazana endle mina ngiyamchiya ukhiya.
you're selling me
movie ke.
Bisemseso itu.
But can any video lana majenza
Lina
kasiya.
lina.
Kasiya.
Ivideo kasiya lana sehle bhasini. If kade kungukesti Coventry sehle bhasini umjida wenziwa njalo.
ngabe utrendile
Hayi vele sokusejele kathi sokufiyo. But usiyaxolisa wabona ukuthi iswerve.
Oh tricky.
Wazimuvela.
so like garden of ours all right
Alright, but
besakhuluma nge-Garden of House. Just to give people context, i-Garden of House is an event eyenzakalayo at the City of Kings and Queens, where we go listen to
and listen to house music
Afro house, Afro
House
tech.
music.
Yeah, no amapiano.
Music, yeah.
Yabo. So sifika labana bro. Sihlezi phansi labana vele yonke into sharp vele. But I'm feeling sharp man. I'm kule nto engizwa ngathi off. Ralph athi asambe siyodinga ukudla. All right. Sisambe thenga isitshwala phenduka izohlala phansi. But ngizwa mana ukuthi khonti off la. Bangani bami, isizo singakuqala sokumele kwenzakale.
that time there's like beautiful honeys like there's like 10 honeys per second abadlulayo
Okumele kwenzakale. Sengitshela amajita
high
mina.
traffic bro.
Mina amagents la ngicela netissue. Zangihleka nje kilezi nje.
mina kodwa ngizangakuzwa job
Zangihleka bro.
Simangumfana kula baking story setissue.
Zangihleka mina gents ngicela netissue.
Sokumoshakela.
Sokumusha la sokumoshakala la and yabona masokusiza.
Kusiza.
Ralph athano itissue khona emoteni. Yabo. Nasifika emoteni unjani? Ngithathela itissue. Sikhamba labana endleleni sehlangana labantu abafuna ukumzwisa ingoma entshe ephuma.
My babo.
Umuntu siyasima bro siyemgqokisa baba lama
Airport.
ngapha mina vele soku 52
yeyithola manje
yazi ngafika ngabamba iqolo so ngathi
Ngifuna ukuthi hayibo wena.
kuyahamba nje like ngabona ukuthi vele le relaxile le lami uthi ngikhulume ngithi phela nje ngicela
So
itissue
rough.
phela kumele ngiyebhotsha kwenzi kulabantu.
another packet of pills but anyway
Ngichaya manje ngifike emoteni phela mina itissue ngiyazihlala phambili phumphuthela phambili itissue ngayibona so 3 minutes to
Ngithemba awucaphukile.
yazi nje ngicabanga ukuthi nxa ngathi isikhathi lesi ngaspenda mbuyele ngale ngiyabuza ukuthi kati bright tissue nga songimoshakala vele ngicine ngihambe endlini masinyane mana ngicheck ebhuthini ngibone ebhuthini ngibone vele isihlalile lapha mina thank God ngicheck ukuthi akula muntu ongikayile
Hayi.
ukuthi hayi
Qima. Siyabe story
lalela check ebhuthini
Hayi, hamba
check
la.
ukuthi awula muntu
Wena
ongikayile
ungasipuli
ukuthi
wena ngobuthi ungasipuli la.
Istory esingani sithi
Hayi
alright.
ungasipuli la.
Ngiyabona ukuthi siyahamba.
Ayikho ngawe.
ngicheck ukuthi akula muntu ongikayile yini ukuthi ngiyithandulula itissue thatha itissue ngifake esikhwameni laba
Kabe lo stupuli.
so la vele wena ngani story lesiyaphetha ngomgcinezelo ngesenyele emoteni
Ujonga check cost.
Wakafa.
lani madoda you guys
ngishaya etoilet lapha kwenzakala yabona
Khulisa kuhle.
into efana ukuthi lapha uma usuqedile lapha usufuna ukuphuma wenze ngani ubuchema qala uvula umnyango so uma ukhangele ngala ngathi
Kulo muntu maybe kade
uyabona.
kulindile.
But wena usuqedile sabe sichaya sibukela hayi abamnandi iGarden of House kwakule wifi futhi
Is it? Yeah. Hayi lezi yazi-organizer. Shout out to Ibulawa exclusive events.
yeah
aze
You guys are doing
Uli
an amazing
Wi-Fi.
job.
abafethu emhlabeni kumnandi
Kune picture kaRalph esestagini engani uxotsha udubo so yazi ngathi
Kuthiwa awuyi lapho mi lapho.
Come on, man.
Ayenze so.
iPhone man.
But any problem I think esisuka sivelayo. uRalph nguye futhi oyiqala because yena nguye yabe ngekho sober but mina kuyosomile ngilandele yena because akwenza ukuthi ngimphise. Ngokuthi yonke inkazana esihlangana la ecela ukuya ku podcast. Sithi uyabuya ku podcast. Angazi ukuthi sathembisa amankazana amangaka ukuthi babuye ku podcast.
Lo singabatshela ngelocation.
But at least bakwazi singabantu abathanda ukusidlalela ngoba kula ngisho le-1 ubuyile yebo.
What are you saying?
Nice.
What are you saying? Who doesn't know where we do
But
this
no,
thing?
I appreciate ukuthi they get ukuthi sebesidlalela ngoba no
they?
one came. Sathembisa abantu abanye.
Do they?
Akula nje ngisho one la.
Because Jesus wonke utshela sithi afuna ukuya ku podcast. Awubuye. Buya avele kumnandi lapha vele ubuye.
I know. It's not like they didn't take you seriously, and I think they did.
sesihlalele.
But
But
I
awuzawube follow up.
ubabize phela.
Follow up.
Follow up.
Eh.
But into nje kufanana like umuntu osebenze iclinic maybe like udokotela like sihlangane lo doc ku garden of ours. Doc is funa ukubuya emsebenzini. Sibuye.
No nisihlabe lapha ama-Jackson dokotela.
Ama-rabies.
Aleke nisihlabise lapha.
So tshela bonke
No,
sawatshela.
but you know what? It's like ungachanza umfazi omuhle, bro. Like this person's out of my league, and she says
She wants to come to the podcast.
no, wants to come to me like Jonah hook up, and then when
hook up
you
is such a strong word, eh?
and then you don't do anything after that. You don't follow up. My shit. That's on
Because there was sitting umuntu was just being nice.
Eh ndoda vele yabuka ukuthi ungazicabangelanga kodwa.
So
But awutshele bonke lawane sabathembisa.
Kindness of your heart.
Otshele bonke lawane sabathembisa ukuthi libuye.
Libuye.
It's just the jokes. Just joking.
So itira babu.
Bubuye.
Liyaqina ngento yenu.
Come through guys. It's fine. And ByoPodcast yavala.
Then kule into eyi-1 futhi ngayi-observa into lesile sikhathi senzakala bro. Like why abantu begcwala stage like ma u-DJ perform or something.
I-VIP entsha leya.
Yeah, lena i-VIP there. Because you can't just jump in.
Imimi lena ethi ngo-2024 kasekulo muntu eyi-1 ku-dance floor.
Bonke abantu bayabe
Yabona siboto esiyi-1 esenjengu nje wonke umuntu ele.
But mina like into lana sharp like i-cool ingayenzakala like ngendlela eyiyo.
Yeah.
Fana lo wafuza ubona wafuza
Like ungami phambi kwa-DJ bro.
Yeah.
Hayi and u-right ma usithi ingenzakala endlela eyiyo. Promise abantu abadakiweyo. Bese umuntu sekwazi ukuthi impintshi yami ekasi lami e-DJ yayo.
Yabemele wenze
Azazi
lawe.
kuye.
It must be well
Kumele
timed,
abe
well planned,
le-space
well
sakhe,
choreographed
eh.
as well.
Yeah.
It's not like they just Tumelo that.
Uyachoreographa labo
Like,
bani khomba? Umuntu uyakutshela ukuthi ukodwane ngekasi lami uzantshela
Because
nokodwane.
mina
they don't just jump onto the stage, bro.
like
it's-
ngazama ukuthi lami ngihambe ngithatha like ama videos like labanye abantu like ngale yabo.
Usestagini zakubona lokugama.
No lalela lokhana bekusemini ba.
Thina bese sami mini wasasikwazi intambama
Ebusuku
ebusuku wangazayenza.
ngasuka lapha ngihamba kanjani ngakuma ku ebantwini labani like
Akula VIP
Ebantwini,
ekade
Tumelo,
Ah,
ebantwini, bro.
Hayi carnival sisonke.
bantwini bro thathi i-video. I think uqathekile ukuthi sibili kube le VIP ne le then nxa ufuna ukuyakholisa like ungathatha ama video like bro ngithe at some point ngathi mbamba ifoni so ngithatha i-video wathushing out yathi malini kubuya ku podcast.
Ungazathi 10 mari khonapho.
10 Mariani ngithatha i-video. 10 Mariani like bro wenzama ukukholisa ngithatha i-video.
Umuntu ayise wena uzobetha quick jet.
Ngathi ngibusy futhi angazi ukuthi mbana I think wasongikodwane la. Thatha i-video lapha during i-performance. Ngizwe sengikotsheliwe la. Yabona lokho yantu yabunje so umuntu afika
Liyakholisa mnafana.
ukopela lapha.
ngethuka kodwa. Ngethuka phambi so okhwali phela
Oh
ukuthi.
Tumelo.
Hayi.
Anongeni isigone bonotha.
Anongena isikhothise phela sound guy.
Friendship.
Anoke nisikhothise lapha
But-
ema microphone.
Yeah.
I feel like into lena ndoda weird.
Yeah, but like you guys are
But
saying.
makopela are feel a bit. Put shout out to the Mkopeli.
Ambona ukuthi uzabona.
Okay.
If you do it right, don't pull sharps.
Adila manga, do it right now. All you're saying is, "Oba ngumuntu omuhle."
Not even. Do you know
That's
what?
what if you do it
There's a
right
big
means.
difference, and there was a time where there'd be people that are just jumping onto the stage.
Oh, you mean that?
Bekide,
Okay.
you know, and
Yeah.
but you know where I felt like the security guy was a bit fake and abakidis, and then after a while I just stage.
Alright. Uthi la phela yenza uqeda udlule.
No lokuyana cheka.
Yeah.
Akube lama tickets othi abantu si alright babhadalela uthi babe le section yabo ngemuva kuka DJ. Not phambi. Like bajela ukwenza okunye lokuyana bro.
Ikonka uzakubona ikonka. Ikonka singenzi le section emva kwa DJ.
Even
Uyabona ikonka
lekunye.
live.
Even lekunye every time ushimza ama player
Yeah,
lapha.
kule sec.
Kebe kule section naleyani abantu abali.
Usebenza nabantu abadakwayo ndoda. Omunye uyathuza umuntu echitha ibhiya.
Kebe kule ndlela ukuthi abakwenza ngayo kube smart.
Yeah.
Especially mina abantu nje ababona ngabozuza. Even lokhu zena sayiwe thwambani Slade. Siyakuhleba so Slade.
Ambaza abantu
Hayi
baqamba.
wena namhlanje uyasihlupha wena.
Kare ngongana 90 bani.
I'm
80 bani
back, nigga.
Ngeka 84 le. Before siqalisa ukukhuluma ngobuhlanya bethu vele sijayele ukukhuluma the PET initiative is still going on. Yabo. So if you want to donate ama pets. Bakhona abantu abasithembisayo bro.
Ngane abantu abasithembisa.
Phela nilani lisinike phela la imagine dodule sikwelete sama pets. Come on
Lord,
guys.
Hi, I think it's time now.
Kulantu abaningi abathembisileyo please follow through.
Because gariyesi andisasithe sizaba lama meetings lana zabe direct ukuthi ama peti sohambisa ngaphi. Right now esi confirmed 1 December siya donate ematop kule sikolo ngiza confirm ibizo but kule sikolo 1 December kumele sihambe. Esingaka confirm khona ingozi mine ngathi ngokunye lapho kudingakala khona usizo lona lolu esingabe sili provide. So kule research I think esenza kule bizo la ngikhona wathi kuyini nje kumele iqale ke
Kumele siyenzile kuzenini. Kuthiwa I need assessment because I-promise la ngengozi mine is we also don't have knowledge of what kind of structure to approach. Like it's an informal settlement. So kulo mayor, kule boza, kulo mashonisa or kule club yabo mama.
Yakwanza kufika ngozi mine sendi donate la mafoni.
yeah kumbe sihle sichayisane le nguvovo sinikiwe nenguvovo yabizi.
Don't taqazela.
So
Ayicaqazeli dog.
so the situation in goes mine, but we're gonna follow through on that.
Yeah, if we find a structure, proper structure yokuhamba khona.
Ngoba la kufuthi ngesiphomba abafana kuthuthi urasta lo mchomo lempabanga sithi sizonika mami, you know, it's gonna look some type of way. Bro.
Kulelingile kuzinini. Elinye document esibe lalo ngile Ministry of Health ele Zimbabwe like bekule zinye izinto I felt like abantu abaningi asizazi and maybe singazitshela abantu sebengabona like the need to donate yabo. So lingixolele mina isikhiwa ngisazi but ngizozama ukuba sazi for the sake of the podcast. 88% of women and girls are using disposable products in urban areas versus 68% in rural areas, according to WHO and UNICEF. Therefore, resort to unsafe protection such as clothes from old clothes or cow dung covered with clothes.
Yeah, itang lana nama risk ama infection la.
Obulongo bro.
Especially, and some of them are girls as young as like 10, 11.
Yeah.
So it's really something that needs to be addressed.
The SNV Zimbabwe study shows that 72% of girls going to school can't afford disposable pads.
Yeah, there was a
that's 3
statistic
quarters.
that I saw. Futhi some end up not going to school.
Like the lady I was with
So
was
if
telling
you
me,
subtract like 5 days, let's say a month,
Actually, 41% of school reports that girls miss out school because of menstruation. 41% misses out on ukufunda just because.
Just
And-
because they're girls. That time ezilengisile bezifundi i-Pythagoras.
ziyabe zilokhu ziqhubeka zona
Uchisebenza
nge-Pythagoras
kasakwazi
theorem.
i-Pythagoras. Sithi right mana ngithune assignment.
Ngikhothisa. And ngathi kulelo kwizenini kulama
uRalph engabe ukukhuluma efani hayi but if I
But
tell
he
something
has a point, eh?
you know engabe ukukhuluma efani but mina nami ngwantshela ulokuzenini that lady she was saying ukuthi some of the problems especially ama areas enjengengozi mine something is minuscule as ama pets bro like ungaba logweja because she actually is the example yabogweja wathi ube ngumntwana oyinkazana sesiba lenhloni lana especially cabanga umntwana oyinkazana nje have a heavy flow so for like a week every month awubonakala sethuthi ugweja sekutheni into ezinjalo next thing it also leads to things like underage pregnancy and a lot of
because sebefeel ilozini yabe sefeel entitlement liyana then yokuthi kuthengele stuff then usumowa but thina ku podcast le siyalithengela alis owe anything but kulama meats futhi are related to this whole process of cuisine menstruation I think are fucked up because it is believed that girls with a heavy flow might suffer from sexually transmitted infections. Kulabanye abantu ababelieve into enjalo and angazi.
I think also part of this process look instead of just handover so ngabe loku brief
Just to look in educate abantu.
but definitely not from us because
But I feel like right now esikwenzayo baningi abantu ade bengawazi khonoko.
read the next one
If the period starts at an early age, it is commonly believed that it was caused by sexual intercourse.
there's a common myth we're not saying that's what happens but these are some of the issues people are dealing with also in rural areas.
What are you saying? Bengisathi lapha before i-network ihamba kulama
Myth.
Greek mythology.
There's an abundance mythology
susiba extra parikonoka khulumile yama myth ibalance myth yabo associated le menstruation ukuthi if period starts at an early age, it is commonly believed that it was caused by sexual intercourse. So kulezinye indawo lapha ababona ngathi umntwana mayesefika esikhathini andi kuthiwa kusesikhathini izindebele mayesefika esikhathini seqalisile ukuganga of which is not always the case.
I don't think it actually is the case. It's not even not always the case. It's
Scientifically, it's
Agola causality.
yeah.
Umbuzo wami ukuthi amfuni ukukhanya ngathi ignorant but angwazi wanseko show kuqalisa umuntu eleminyaka emingaki
13?
Yeah, but I heard
13.
now it can be living.
It can be
10.
earlier, depending.
Yeah.
Ukuthi
Kufale even if puberty
sexual
yabafana
intercourse
anyway.
and
It's
stuff.
puberty, isn't it? Ama uthi
waphuma nini
One day to shy 5 aside when something's coming out.
Which one is this one? Hi guys, let's say that.
But seriously,
So my what I wanted to comment on that.
milutho asingeke sidlule into lana lelifuna usidlulisa like
utheni lo mfana?
umfana ngithi thini umfana uthi echaya ubona sokuphuma izinto
Like what? Uthi le 2 years ngishara ile kodwa la.
Spider-Man.
qala lingela ama bullets
Kuthi ngishara
hayi
ile.
amajita
There's
serious
something wrong with
Also,
you
no,
guys,
it's
man.
all very so kule produce.
hayi angikhumbuli hayi angikhumbuli ave mama ngabe
Na vela I plead the fifth. Manje zayikhuluma la.
but
Yeah.
you were saying
I was saying, I'm not sure if like NGOs and governments do this already, but it would be great if these people like actually jump into like the rural areas, right, where most of our population is, and they educate people. Ngento isn't just so because I could be reaching, but I've got a feeling that lack of knowledge leads to so many things like stigmatization, sometimes even like mutilation of body parts. In some cultures, this is something that's normal, supposed to happen. So if you tell people what's happening with their bodies, Yeah, I think.
Yeah, but there are
everyone-
organizations that are active in that area. Kule Thai Youth for Zimbabwe, I think. Kulabo even Pushera Girl in
Yeah.
this NGO Tengi Plan International.
I think Rotary or
Le
something.
Rotaract Club.
Evo samke kweni. Ngabona la besenza drive.
Kubani?
Samke na Twitter.
Yeah, so there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. We're not venturing into a new field.
Yeah.
But in what is
Le
maybe-
ByoPodcast.
So
Yeah.
now what we are trying to do is, for the most part, these conversations are led and curated
By
in
women.
women's spaces.
Yeah.
Well, and then amadoda, of which, okay, fine, it's largely, it's a women's issue.
Yeah.
But still, it
Well,
doesn't
guys,
hurt for men to also be
Melody
aware of
wise.
some of this information. And once again, Konoguti, I think the more even men get involved in this kind of conversations, women don't have to be embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
Because I know amankazana these days or MJ abalanda.
Halaba.
Nxa usemakhaya,
Why you fuck me nice way?
Yeah.
you're my fighter, bro.
Lava.
You're my fighter.
Halaba balanda.
Yabo, but anyway.
Yeah, but I feel like also seeing aside, I could be wrong, but I've got a feeling that a lot of gents say I don't let us engage.
Yeah, it's true.
Into
Yeah.
fuzz,
Awunjalo.
you know.
But
So yeah.
Plus I feel
let's
like
not be afraid.
influence with iko lapha engena khona dog. Omunye umuntu uzabona initiative nale ngendlela esenza ngayo. Abona ukuthi into normal. Like sengihamba ethengele omunye umuntu amaphets. Phela into le
Sengikwazi nama different brands. Excuse me. Excuse me.
phela into le asithi ukuthi episode 100 angaphela akusela ma donations. Maybe bakhona abanye abantu abazofuna ukudonate next year.
Maybe umuntu uyathola imali
Yeah.
ngoDecember.
Yeah, well,
Ungathola
yeah.
lawe just buy pads and
So
take
wena
them
lapho
somewhere.
Kuzela abanye ama-pets.
Yeah,
Might be
lapho uzathola
embarrassing.
khona kuphela
China
walethe.
Ama-China.
Ama China ni. What money?
Balandi
Wena
Xiaoming.
China,
Bam.
ngiyakuthanda.
Athi maningi. But abafuna ukudonate
If you want to donate our pads, please, if you are able, you come drop them off at.
Zulu Fashion House.
And what's the other email or number they can contact?
Mthokozisi on plus 263 78523 9734. Plus 263 7852 39734. Or email us at byopodcast99@gmail.com.
Thank you, Sabo.
Speak-
Also, shout out to everyone who's donated.
Yeah, and speaking of good deeds, shout out to Mr. Beast. For those who don't know, to Mr. Beast Ian. Mr. Beast is a YouTuber.
Hey, what?
A YouTuber. Ngike ngathi sikhuluma lo praise lapha ngimchasisele ukuthi Mr. Beast imbani. Ngathi YouTuber.
Ukhulume ngini akho umfana kwefusi lo.
Ala ungakhozi ukuthi uke wathi statistically. Ungathanda sibona nge-status.
Oh, it's like this. It's like this now. This is how you do me. Bensiza.
Statistically.
But yeah, shout out to Mr. Beast.
Kbrizzy,
Mr. Beast is a YouTuber that started an initiative of drilling our balls to help ama
The way you said it, huh?
I feel like when generation there, so young in this emotion.
Has it damaged?
Like young in this emotion.
Sexual. Young is sexual.
Young in this is sexual, bro. What
But Mr. Beast
drilling balls?
No, we're saying it normally now. Drilling ball. It's drilling.
But drilling, gotta go 20. Was drilling.
So, Mr.
Drilling
Beast,
goat.
what drill njani?
Mr. Beast to push initiative of drilling balls around Africa for the less privileged communities abangakwanisi ukuthola amanzi. And ufikile futhi eZimbabwe wadrilla.
Yeah.
Like umgodo
And I saw many people saying
Udrile
a
one.
lot of politicians to
Yeah.
shame.
I think udrille one. Udrille one.
You know, because I want to drill 100. Not as Zimbabwe,
Not as-
but as
like-
in India.
Ezimu udrille one. Or mina mbone video ukuthi udrille one.
Daughter, so lithini lapha? Hayi, but anyway, ansoli.
Like also
But wadonisa lamabhasikili nje wachuna lamaswa wayenza into eziningi.
Wagada amabhayisikili.
Wadonata. Wayesithi members yawo wakha kakhulu siye esikole emakhaya ngamabhasikili.
Oh, which is fine.
but it's a
Hey, good. Omnye umfana wayesebenzele
I know can use drill.
Why the bicycle laleli situlo sensimbi. Ndoda ibhayisikili anganibiza u-random chicks. Lalingadlali bana.
But yeah, when Zimbabwe
I know it is
tricky
really
because sesizesincedo ngabantu baphandle. Like for izinto ezinje.
And okwezimbabwe kwakuyangisa ngoba kuthiwa kwakuyini kwakuyiclinic la kwakuyisibhedlela okwangela amanzi aclean.
Clinic.
Hey,
It's one that we didn't have before.
Yeah, so like dude,
But then how is it helping the whole country then? If
I was not the whole country, but
he's not helping.
But
the whole
even if it's
community.
just 5 people, but yeah, he's making an impact.
Kono can't you see
wena
like
ungathola kulabantu abayi-100 abalambileyo ufike ubanike iphakethi eyi-1 lama-chips bona abanye abayi-2 abazasheya subulele kwamba
vele uqedile.
But you know one thing that I'm not sure if guys.
98
Eh.
why would you want to differ here because vele
Alright, I got that ball.
exactly siba political but anyway
ukhona lona wavala ibholi yakhe. Moving on.
I remember that.
kulabanye
Yeah.
abavalayo
Moving on.
No, we wanted to say something.
Yeah, I was saying, I'm not sure you guys follow Hopper on social media sometimes. He's a bit abrasive. Some people, they find him annoying. But if you notice the way he tweets, whenever a government spends something that he thinks was never necessary, he also puts the opportunity cost, right? Was that high government eating a pass 100? Then
ICT
you say,
equipment.
the cost.
i-ICT
The
equipment
cost
yakhe
of
like
building a maternity ward or something like that. And so I feel like if we start thinking like that, Lati as citizens, as taxpayers, and we'll be able to hold our elected leaders accountable. Yeah, bueno. So Gatias is city Taboka ipole one. But if money was spent the way it's supposed to, he's not the one that was supposed to be drilling it.
You know, so you're all the way from America
Yeah, bo.
dog,
Eh.
to just drill.
And besides that, you check
drilling
and drilling. Oh, it's a drillers are good.
Busy kulumi Mikey. But shout out. Like I feel like it's a good initiative.
It's fine. I'll take it. But you know how I feel about the West. Personally.
nah that's not
yeah.
a West thing it's just a guy bro
No, it is a West thing.
Yeah, Anjan.
It is a West thing because really the going narrative is Tini Africa said to
No, but I want
do
to
it, Kina.
siyakolisa yini
Let's do it now. Do you have the
inzani
beetroot
liyakolisa
and the butternut and the coleslaw?
Yes, Kabelo.
We just have it with the archer and the meat.
Man, me like I got DC ilokuzeni. Me like got DC.
uthetha kumntu ezitrenda
It is, you know,
We don't have
you
my
know
chips.
he's a YouTuber. He's in entertainment. It's
Yeah.
a quote unquote noble act when you become fortunate to be a philanthropist and go give to Africa because the kids are starving. These kids in Africa who have to walk a mile for a glass of water. What. But in the context of the two continents, it's just a case of Stockholm syndrome. They take everything and then they give a little bit with this other hand, and then it looks like they're doing. You can't come drill one borehole here when billions of gold are going to a continent every year. And then we have to clap for it.
not
That's
going-
what I'm saying.
not going to
However,
his account,
hey,
please.
manini ngqede.
Nah,
However,
you're finishing
Ah,
bullshit.
yes,
Find the point
yes,
there,
yes,
with the
yes,
how am
you
I
can
finishing
build in
bullshit?
silence, but you are building nonsense.
How am I finishing
Yes,
bullshit?
yes, umuntu
Khuluma.
ufuna sime like busy qhubeka.
All right.
Ah,
Give me a counterpoint. It's fine. Give me a counterpoint. Let's see.
At the same time, we should hold i-government yeZimbabwe accountable for izinto abakwanisayo ukuthi bazenze
Kuyalanga
without
lokho kukhulunywa nguvuyi ngavumelana nakho.
Yikho phela-
Yiko, how did I start? I
lokho
said I will
engikhulumayo.
take the borehole. However, I will have this little 40% where I'm going to say all of this is always done on the big screen because it keeps pushing the same narrative. We don't have water in Africa. We don't have.
No, but I feel like
Yakwasi lokho mina ipoint yakho le I was gonna before it. Nxa kade kuyebe kuyindaba leyana ukuthi maybe government ye states as a whole iba bazoyenza into ezinjalo kumbe
But ngumuntu oyi-one.
but lo ngumuntu oyi-1 le mali
Is
yakhe
he not a
ade
product of
ngayidla
their
lama-halls.
system?
And-
Is he not a
Was
product
he?
of a capitalist system? When
no, but and futhi I feel
Bro,
like
it's just a YouTuber, bro.
indlela
what is just a YouTuber?
lalela please. I feel like izinto ezinje zilama effects achiyeneyo ebantwini abachiyeneyo. Kuwe wena ngabe u-interprete like that, but I feel like omunye umuntu watching that initiative uzaqala initiative yokudonate ama-pads.
Which is
and
fine.
into boy
Which is
Africa
fine.
futhi
Into sharp yona leyo.
Nkathi mina ngingayala. Afuna asamvume sangithi ngiqede.
What I
Ngithe,
no, but yeah.
Make it
This better be good, bro.
Yeah,
This better be good, bro.
Ngithe I will take it. In the same way, I will take indaba yokuthi when we started doing our pads, some people would have said they don't want to work with us because we are crude. Do you think umuntu receive ama-pads cares if this comes from a crude person or ubona leli pad liyababa ngoba likhungela abafana benhlamba hayi leli limnandi ngoba le church? Help is help. This is what I'm saying. I will take it, bro, because we do have a situation of water shortage. I will take it. I just am also aware of the narrative it pushes every time it comes out on the big stage.
All right, cool. A few years ago, I read a book called The Looting Machine. Right. It was talking about how countries in Africa are looted by Western companies. Zimbabwe was there, Angola was there. All of them are in that book, right? So it was talking about how like ama companies and like let's say BP or Shell, whatever, they'll come, find a prominent, family within the government, give them shares, stock within local Zenan. And Bonabatolama tenders, they're the first people to get tenders for all this stuff. But at the same time, they donate stuff, bro. They donate boreholes, they build schools, they build roads and so on, and they're doing it for free, but it's not free, right? So Ipo and Kbrizzy, in that way, I kind of get it. However, like Ralph was saying, in as much as he's a beneficiary of a system that benefits from this, right? He's not a primary beneficiary. He's a secondary beneficiary. To me, there's no difference between him and I'm a missionary, Lana, that just decided, I'm tired of being an elementary school teacher. Let me take my whole family and relocate to Zimbabwe and go teach there. Yeah, but so to what extent can we blame Mr. Beast for coming from America?
Siyabonga for trying to help, but I'm saying we're not going to put you on a pedestal as a messiah.
No, but man,
Fuck that.
Nah. Enye into futhi mle mbone ngani like although wenza content ufuna ama views le mali.
But imali ulayo
I'm a millionaire always standing on us. Omunye uzofaka i-picture a comparison. Omunye mele monte ezi7 is worth 10 million. Owakhona lapho kwahamba nge-testosterone.
And point yami bisiyakhona phana ukuthi before vele singathi sihlasela uBeast ovele emakhiweni aba fucked up njengoba uBreeze kubeka mele bona laba esiphila laba mele sibahold accountable or feel kwizenini ama actions wabo ukuthi bayathatha izimali baluthi bathenga izimota aba drill kwizenini.
Alright, so lina lithi abethu laleni zwanini.
Actually man, before ukulokuza continue vele bro, abethu bona labo uthi amakhiwa bayathathe like igold bachaye phansi. Abethu bona labo benzani ba import lokwizenini izimota ezivela khona ngale beziletha la.
Vele lokho ngeke nguyale lokho.
All right, mina bemfuka umle point le, and you're saying uthi Mr. Beast is benefiting something. What is he benefiting? Let me tell you why. Already now, he already has money. He already has that following yaki. Yeah. So even whatever he's doing, it's not adding anything. Which already for him has made it to the top in terms of...
He has clout, he has money.
It's like this. It's like Mbappe test. Where else can you go? Now you can just go to any club just for vibes.
Exactly.
So for Mr. Beast, and in this case, he is doing something which maybe like... Fine, like I get the general OT, why would you donate water? Who says we don't have water? But then I just look at let me, because I was already doing these things before, maybe Konahale, like MQ. And for instance, there was a thing where he was curing blindness for people.
What?
Yeah, he was.
That sounds like a random thing.
No, like
I'm curing blindness.
No, yeah.
What?
What happened was, and I'll give you context. What happened was, he was giving free treatments to people who were partially blind, who couldn't afford.
Stevie wondering.
Yeah. So for him, and look at what you how come you're doing this for white people who can actually afford this? What I was like, cool. Let me do for people who
actually need the help,
who genuinely appreciate this, and notice with some people in some countries, and they won't even do the simple things. It's like the basic necessities that we need.
Because we have.
So for him, and he's doing from the. He's got free time. He's got lots of money that he's earning from YouTube. But like, instead of me just buying,
he's still earning more money off of this.
No,
doesn't-
Breeze, he can
man.
earn, yes, and no,
This doesn't enlarge his brand. Does it not enlarge
no,
his
no, no.
brand?
Nah,
Breeze,
but
enlarge
brand like
what?
already very
It's
cool,
already
though.
large,
Hey,
Breeze.
angani Coca-Cola looks in advertising right now.
No, yes.
but already i-brand akhona
The thing
likhulu,
is,
dog.
Breeze, and into
whether ubuyile Africa or akabuyanga
imali yakhona
ebezakuyela imali
that
yakhe.
comes through, and from him doing that, he puts it onto the next project. Say, okay, how big can I make this, and what can I do next?
Mr. Beast.
Uyathola imali, Breeze. So right now he's just doing it for vibes. Okay, I've done everything that a YouTuber can possibly think of, and let me now give back, and with whatever I have.
And I think I didn't use the point here.
Siyakuzwa
Nami
dog.
ngile-
Mina
ngile-
ngiyakuzwa dog, to be honest.
zama ukuzi
Hayi, ngiyabe ngiphindise ngikukhulumile futhi. I think alinzwanga kuhle. And they always hold white people to task because they are all products of an environment that is better than ours because they took from us. In the same way, Tina, our millionaires are so obsessed with being flashy to us because we come from this environment, poverty, not having, to a point where you feel like when you have to show everyone that I have. And we live in that environment because white people came and took things from us. Bonangale, they come from a where now it's noble to give. And this is what I'm saying, Guti.
All right, so Breeze.
I always hope white
All right,
people to task.
all right, okay.
White people showing up and being heroes is nonsense.
All right, Breeze, I have a question for you. In that case, what would you want a person like Mr. Beast to do with all that wealth that he has?
I want him to keep doing what he's doing. I'm happy that he's doing what he's doing. I just want all of us to be aware of how it is happening and be careful of what narrative it might continue to push. It's fine.
No,
Even-
that
when
point-
we need
Nothing wrong with
polls, I'm
it,
happy he did a
but
poll.
I mean, we mustn't then bury our heads in the sand and say,
Kufana ukuthi any political party ngabuya khona bisisenzele izinto. Like, we'll take it. Kufaka umgaqo, kufaka i-Wi-Fi, we'll take it. But we still aware ukuthi, you know what I'm saying?
you know what the time is.
Am I making sense?
We know
So
what the
kind of
time is.
wuthi, you know, that notion wuthi, we too good to be true.
Not too good to be true.
uBreeze yena lapha like
But as
Mina
the
kade
example
ngakhuluma
yakho,
ekuqaliseni ngoba ngikhulumile ngathi mina vele always.
i-example yakho le iswi, but for iphathi lena siyawasukule into abayebefuna ukuyibenefita, but for Mr. Beast like
Hayi,
singasenze
alimazi,
ukubenefita ukuya la.
But I think
Alimazi.
okunye the thing is why but I understand the prison. But I think okunye the thing is why it's also why ngani we are distrusting and to such when these things happen. It's because we're not choose to things coming genuinely. Yeah, there always has to be a catch. Hey,
Wena ungakhulumi njalo amakhiwa. Amakhiwa asile over 400 years of proof ukuthi we cannot trust.
you know, I'm
Azoba
just saying,
ndesibakhethelayo abantu.
no, I'm just
We know
saying,
it.
no, I'm just saying, in general and genuine and yiti, you know, everyone, whether black or white, and why not choose two things that come genuinely, and as well as it's not from as well as it's from a person that you don't know. When it comes genuinely, you know that I know from like let's say from Mgcini Patera something without any catch. Thanks, Mchita. No, I won't expect anything. I won't expect anything. And but if it's someone who's outside, where you be like, let's be aware with Umchita, like maybe at some point. So it's understandable, but yeah.
Also, let's also understand our own mentality about this. But don't just accept gifts from people. You know, don't just be quick to accept it, right? And it's only occurring to me now that maybe where it came from is, you know, a bunch of years ago, some guys came on a boat and they offered us the world, free everything, and we, as black people, as a bro, a packet of sugar, bro. And as a people, we learned the hard way that nothing comes for free.
Especially from those people.
Especially from those people.
From those specific people.
And when it involves, you know, I want to Caucasians, right? You know, bruh.
We'll take what they give.
Gifts.
Well, how
work for them.
avela ndisokele
Asoze start amakhiwa.
Mr. Beast went vele imenze egangeni wawuya walifakela amanzi Yes.
Ngamanzi ngelokhu seyi-1 story sakho sesigcwele everywhere. There's a lot of
100
people who are
guys.
doing.
Aso 1
Zange country ne-1
Jerry, i-total kube 100 balls.
Lina say very,
And other
it's like
side
the more you
things.
talk, the more I'm starting to
300,
sound like I'm
300,
saying what he did was bullshit, which is not what I'm saying. I'm saying he did a good thing. But the more in picking is not going to against him.
ukuthi I feel like la one ekuzameni uku explain ipoint yakho ngani yazicontradict too sharp into yenzileyo uphinde ubheshe futhi lapha avela khona ukuthi vele
Yeah,
bese like
you can have that
like
opinion.
besingayifuni
Mina, I
like
understand what you're
No,
saying.
no,
Kungathiwa i-UK government as a whole yet relies kumele sikhonze. We can't khonza you because
Hey,
yina la
but you see, here's the
colonizer.
problem.
But ungaboma ukuzithutshela umembo oyi-1, umampano oyi-1 ngalo we-UK.
Only YouTube.
Ucasa ukuthi
Hey, but
drill
why? Okay, why
He's
Omampara
not representing his country, his
Like that.
government.
Anyway, asimuveni on. Wavele soziphela indaba le.
yeah mana sithi abantu ababukeleyo or abasilaleleyo basitshele wenti bacabangani because I feel like labo
Anyway,
balelo
yeah, we're
kwezenini
not just
Mina,
going to
I have
linear.
I have one line to say. Sengikhohliwe. Man, no, honestly.
Me now would have to come back for like the
I feel
fifth
like the
time.
funniest thing about this is what arguing against each other.
No, but honestly speaking, and
Abakiwa.
no, but honestly speaking,
Ngaze bebe bezoyakha izibhedlela la Durban City. Lenzani.
no, but honestly,
Bakiwa. There is something at hand.
no, but honestly speaking, to close this particular topic of fun, nothing is for free. Nothing
Not
is
as
for
white
free.
people.
Especially abantu laba bamhlophe. Honestly, abantu laba basithwalisa nzima, guys. I'm telling you, nothing is for free.
Yeah.
Lina I think like
Yeah, trauma
test le
trauma score ni kubani?
Ngingekho.
I mean, this is my third incarnation.
Mina ukuthi i-trauma le yaziwa ngokhulu bethu. I
Yeah.
don't even mean to be
I feel like
inconsiderate or
beef
insensitive
dog
or what.
already
But I feel like if we are benefiting something, even if you, Kavelo, obviously we are centuries behind, but then if you're benefiting, even if it's a full stop, my nigga, as long as they're not draining you, because when okay, when ufenga as a drill, when ufenga.
Do you think, honestly speaking, do you think there's, just to pose a question, do you think this guy, when he's sitting in his bedroom and he's seeing Kabel, is like, oh my God, I love this guy. Let me give him something for free?
Wait, all right, hold on.
That
I
is
have
for
a
his
question.
brand.
Actually, some white people that
sorry.
are
Can I pose a question?
pro-blacks.
Yeah, I know you're right.
There's actually a video, if you remember, in 2020, there was a bunch of white people kneeling in front of black people. Apologizing for
like Black Lives Matter.
All right, now I have a question. And we spoke about which sometimes could be a trauma of abatalabet and stuff like that from things that they suffered. Now I have a question now. When do we now accept or move on from that past trauma? Because now we're gonna have to excuse to say from Utala,
No, bro.
they've been doing this.
The fact that umuntu njengo Mr Beast wenza initiative yena leyo thabe ezodonate khonoko first step it shows ukuthi
Exactly.
yena
Cool.
like
He's doing that.
However,
Yeah.
to answer his question, I feel like the word moving on can be a bit tricky because sometimes, to some extent, that trauma is what protects
All right,
us.
cool. Okay, not moving on. Okay, when do we
That's how we-
accept?
Yeah.
Man, hold on. When do we accept things like okay, let me just accept this and not
No, the
think
thing
twice
is,
about
to some
it?
extent, we can't because we don't know his intention behind it.
True, but you will never know. The thing is, and let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. You never.
We must pull up our socks.
You will never know the intentions, and even from umuntu omnyama, you will never know the intentions.
guys are
behind
overthinking.
it. That's what I'm saying.
No.
This whole situation.
You will never know the
Mana khulume
intentions.
phela. Wasukinya imali.
Kuruma.
Mana. Sengivala. I think I've said this before, so I don't like repeating examples. The problem is like you're moving on is the fact that there was no reparations. Understand? I use this as an example. Lina linje khona. Ngidithole lihlezi linje le podcast. Ngifike ngithatha imic lesing yami. Dukuduka laptop lesing yami, phone lesing yami. Lonke la ngihamba lina selihlala etoilet kuphela lapha. Yonke into esing yami. After a while lithi abantu previous jwayela. Seningikhulela. Ingishaya. Ngida hard my chance. We're all equal, let's move on. Lina bese sithi prison phela sibisela amafoni. Hayi. Amafoni loke ngawani. But it's equal.
No,
So that's
the thing is, and
No. Let me finish. So that's what happened during independence. We all got our independence, which for the most part is actually independence or a political choice in movement. We never got resources, land, means of production back. 85% of economy in South Africa is still owned by white people and it's generational, bro. They pass it down.
Asikhulumeni context yeZimbabwe. Alibukela documentary Al Jazeera leni.
No, we saw that. What's saying? Yeah.
Lalela, look at sakubona, bro. But all of that is a product of the situation we're in.
Yeah.
These guys put mana. Issue we're moving on is that all of us, you went to a private school, I went to a private school. Were all the white kids not richer than us? Is it because our parents are dumb? Or is it because they benefit? All the white kids who went to school with had farms. But, majority, that's all I'm saying. So now, okay, we want to move on, but how do I move on if and then they still own Amaplaza? Then there's no moving on to be
So
done.
guys, if Mr. Beast show me miyama, conversation like this njani?
It will be different.
They touch with context. We take everything with context. We don't treat it outside.
Umuntu omnyama but ovele states.
Like maybe so kuyilokuzeni I feel like futhi bebezoqalisa ukucubungula kube bekuyi situation ukuthi
Vela sicubungule sekele
kuvele from the ruling party. Vele
Vele sayekela ukucubungula bebuye kokuqala and this is where we found us. We must cubungule.
No,
Alright.
but
Mina, for
on
me,
his point, yeah.
I really get all your points, guys, and they're valid points. But this one,
Yeah, all of them
is
are
just a random. How many billionaires are in the world? Ngangkhaya Forbes. I think badlula 10,000. But lo oyo one was decided my and then people are now all over it.
No.
All over his dick.
Ngithe siyabonga.
Siyabonga,
But
Sibi.
ngithenga so uma headlines so yana I know what narrative is pushing. It's the West is now saving Africa. And that's what I was saying. Be careful of that narrative. The West is now saving Africa because we are in this fucking shithole because of the ngikhuluma inhlamba.
That narrative also helps abantu laba accountable.
upresident sisekakeni.
And I'm so
ngokuba sekakeni uSengezo Sengezo Tshabangu won lokuzeni court case yakhe lana of recalling ama MPs nama councillors.
Now, my first thought on this one, gentlemen, it's something that I had a suspicion of this whole time, but it was only confirmed this week. And I'm not sure if you guys saw some headlines saying that this guy is doing this with the backing of many people within the CCC. And I thought about it for a while. This is very disorganized bunch.
Bakuni lapha engibe khona lapha.
Yeah, but lamangizwile indaba ze nomination ukwama dispute.
Like,
but then it seemed like people had moved on.
Just to give people context of who Sengezo Tshabangu is. Last month, Tshabangu recalled 15 legislators, 17 councillors, and 9 senators, saying they've ceased to be members of the CCC, which is the biggest opposition in Zimbabwe right now. And India Nkona went on with a court case. Ama MPs Nkona besitu usengezo abamas. But usengezo yabazi we totally power with a recall those MPs, lama senators.
And Brighton talked about it a bit last week.
Yeah.
And for sure it happened.
And there are actually more recalls. I saw it later. So they're just running the party down.
Omunye had a tweet and I'm saying, hey, imagine if they come for our mayor, bro.
I always say this with Zimbabwe kumbaleka dubeka kakhulu. Because kudala nje ngesikhathi sokumele kuthatha ilizwe emakhiweni. Unkomo wasn't sitting there like I like amagats kaDongo Garumba kamkabe. But they had to just work together for a greater cause. But lapha Zimbabwe opposition is too fragmented.
Already so lama divisions ku opposition yona le kade. But angazi
so until siba united sibini.
Bakuni lapha dembuza khona ngecompetence kamfana lina lathi umfana ulwa andama like ulwa andama conditions angekho fair.
Akonye sesichange optimism lathi.
Laba conditions still akho fair.
And also remember Mgcini,
remember lwana Jada wamelanga
technically speaking, as citizens it's not our job to be debating these things.
Yeah.
Now we've got faith in whether it's the government or the opposition.
That's
and
why
what
you are elected.
We're saying we've got faith in you. Like
just
don't tell us
ideas to us,
when I so these guys what they've spat in our faces, man.
So like, angazi ukuthi mbani onga explain like to the masses that watch the podcast. Like explain la grade 1
Like
situation
they're
enzakala
Okay,
like right now.
So what happened is after the party was formed, angazi kuma structures akompana. Kule nto le anto a nomination process where we now select ukuthi Mgcini wazasimela eCountry Park, Kbrizzy uzasimela kubo Cheese Boy. Then ukhethwe lapha.
Hayi mina
But
bamele
it seems
ukuthi
ukuthi
enketho.
angazi ukuthi kwayenzakala yini kuthiwa ngama party by elections before ama general elections ayilizwa. I-party yavote. Thina njenge podcast party sesivote ukuthi sifuna uJane abe ngupresident wethu. But then uBrizzy ngafile ngani na nguye ade kumele abe ngupresident weparty. Siyaqalisa ukuphikisana lapha within. Then kunga announce lapha ukuthi okay uJane wesesimele. uBrizzy then will go at great lengths ukuthi cause confusion. It's either breakaway ayenze yakhe party ngayibona le influence eningi. Ngayibona ingala influence eningi kuyenza khona ukuyenzakala res. Uyaqalisa ukukhuluma lo Vuyi ethi avuyi but kwentwana laba sijwayela la esisiba le faction yakhe phakathi kweparty. Then soqalisa ukwenza into ezi because that guy is claiming he is baking inside. Because now where yedwa it was going to be easy to just
Like
throw
lokhu kuzisa ubuhlungu bro like
But yeah,
ngacabanga iveve wesilalo so mhla ka
Let's talk
23
about
August.
food.
Mbani ozahamba 9 August.
Mina ngizavaya but
Yazi Jay long
Well, I think
manje
it's easy
siyadubeka thina siyadubeka bro. Like I think I said uthi nasilandaba ukuthi ngubani lapha. As long as siphila ngcono. It's like
And
So I would
apparently some places are actually like the because it's an PF and they've already fielded candidates, right? And all of them, by some miracle, their applications are accepted, But try in some places these guys are running unopposed. So for example,
Sebekhalalile already or
no,
politics is
because he didn't put anyone there.
no bafayile amaphepha abona
Baphuzile, whatever,
no
Yeah.
abaphuzanga. That's
So
another
for
narrative.
example, Scott Lamkumbulan. Scott he ran for MP for Mavuku Tavara.
Yeah.
Konangale Harare something whatever. And so now he lost. But I was thinking when he lost the election, this guy's got so much confidence with Pendo. I remember the speech that he gave. I was like, no, I'll continue working with you guys in
like
the community.
what recorded them so look
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's
like
not
this
like
guy
he's
knew.
running
It's like this guy
uncontested.
knew.
What all this was a calculated move.
I feel like to some
Bana
extent-
ngobuza wena vele la ukuthi uzarula njani indano so abantu sebakutshengisa already ukuthi boss masikunqanja.
Asikuncane.
Wena subuyeka dezo bese ngerounders kick kan. Wangena esipanini.
I-report
Sakamuze
yathi amaphepha e-opposition kwathiwa still processing ku-status abasubdatayo lana kwathiwa filed successfully then amanye kwathiwa still processing still pending. I think they just want to probe ukuthi abantu abarekholiwe can they still come because so yisekhasi phela ngaze kona sikukhiphe on people
Lokho manje singabulandelela sabale.
Yeah, I feel like
No,
look
just
we
thinking.
thing straight.
Scott phela bemkhipha lapha
Thina right isikhuluma ngelokuze ngento
See you in 5 years.
ngamabhola ukuthi really
le 5
ngokudrilla
years
le
yakhona vele
audience.
kuzokunceda ngoba khares vele sokwenzakala i-situation yabo Monzore yesiphinda le.
Akuvele kungenza nhle mfulala nje.
I think uShaba vele uzoba relentless
Ngizobhoa konke.
kuze kusale 1 year uthi kuvotwe by the time uChamisa or whoever finds their feet kebe
But I'm
sokulate
sure that's part of the plan to
Ukuthi
just
bacampaign.
frustrate.
Umbuzo wami, what is he saying during all this?
Mbana.
Yeah.
Hezekiah 4 verse 9.
let's
And in
stress
the
Mkhoma.
days.
Because
A drought came.
This rate, I think I was supposed to have a sure.
because we
Oh, yeah.
because at this rate even lesser dark is just like
But guys, yeah, ayikho bona khona into omember laba. Yikho kade ukukhulunywa ngoKbrizzy. Sometimes okwenye sebesola but i-system indlela vele sivele yastructure ngayo and there's little that you can get.
Alumbi mina
because of the white man.
No. Bona laba.
goddamn Caucasians.
But yeah, ulokhuzenini kulenye journalist eyifaka sibila ama facts ukuthi even into zone ezama quote angekho fair abantu abanyamalaliswayo ezenzakala kuSmith. So i-members athatha i-blueprint.
I know that's the blueprint zona.
But bona zayifaka to the next level.
Yeah, I was actually reading another book.
Yeah.
That was saying that when these guys took over power, they didn't change anything.
Yabala mdala.
I'm not about that.
Anokeni isikhothise lapha amagwaliba.
Answer food.
There you crossed the line.
Never mind.
You crossed the line. When I got to concentrate.
Nile stress too much. Kbrizzy ngibonile lapho buze bechinja politics. But anyways, like
Mr. Beast.
just because ofebesithi khona besithi ule bhuka libalayo.
There's a book that I read, and it was
Yeah.
saying, oh, sorry. Yeah, it was saying which when Mugabe took over
Yeah.
government, this guy didn't change any single system, bruh. From police to military to even
Education system just
yeah.
going to change your thorax.
And abdomen.
The education you own, I think.
But
I think
it
it's only recently. that they
But
changed
anyway, aluta continua.
Hasta la
that.
vista.
Obama has a quote that I always like. It frustrates a lot of people, but I like saying, try you get the leader that you deserve. Yeah.
Along with America, guys.
Anoma kuthiwa sawonani kuSmaki. Yini esiyenzile
Kusmaki?
Steve. Steve.
Kunzima bangani bami but yabona loso emele sifocus
But
on.
very in a normal system, that guy very into yakhe naso hold demerit because unowaza ukuthi you're one person and you're making key decisions. Yeah, so
Vele lokiana, see, we all know what it is.
yeah, we all know it.
Down.
Just is what it is.
It's another
Guys,
Monzora
there's something
situation. Guys, kulunge sokusele 2 years uthi kuvote mbe 1 year.
Kuzalunga sesifile lokhu.
No, ngithi lokho kuyithemo khona laba bazi wena ama court case awusukuse 2 years uthi
Vele
kuvote.
last album
Lina
yami
la
laba.
khohlwa ngabo selizonke.
Retire last album yami Vuyi will see you in the next life. Because I'm pretty sure it can't get
return
worse than this.
But bathatheni will see you as Jane, you wanted to say something.
Nothing.
Lena
No.
divumikhuluma before wemkhatha lapho.
No, there's something I'd been itching to speak about. Do you guys think accent privilege is a thing?
Yeah.
Ini?
Accent privilege.
Privilege.
It's a thing. Bro.
Accent
But
privilege.
this is the first time I'm hearing
Do you
this.
know the others is this called the alostro?
A book.
Fuseka.
Alosrohle wamxotsha dog.
But last one I want any point echeki.
Hayi, alosrohle right.
I echeki.
Abantu laba baminyene. Indaba yesebele alostro.
Kavela
Sebethenga
no story
ikhofi.
kuyina so trash. Kuyina lo
Alostro ama withdraws itones. So is the coffee. Alostro is making a good point. But
So why the point is strong?
Noma withdraw symptoms enyawo so isingabe confined lapha
No.
lapha uhasla.
I feel like
Abanye babele others they have alostro.
Jane into azama put across is if you deliver your message with fluent English, yabo,
You sound more educated.
like you sound more educated than
Yikho nje
umuntu ofika khulume njengami lo Ralph.
Yikho nje ucomment kwami ama tweets ngithi le yi high sounding nothing. Ngoba umuntu wakho uyezama ukufaka amabala so
Azangimbona uThomlana.
But you're saying nothing, bro.
Azombona uThomlana
You're
trend lana
saying bullshit, but
ngwe Spain.
Decorate.
Oh, when you learn the accent before you learn the language. Azombona. I'm calling me English video, but it's quite songs in French I'm talking about. But they couldn't baba.
Lebeli endongahlala abantu abangekho confident bayibeliever liyabethi
I feel like ngo 2023 ngabona lokucabanga ukuthi umuntu okhuluma like English fluent udal wena ngodal yabo
Mina I always
so
felt like
ungayilahla sibi lapha kube lezigwenxa zomlomo ekuthini to just put across a simple point yabo because thina abanye sicabangi ngesikhiwo
yikho kwenza abantu badela uJulius Maleme Thucha because of the
Ehene.
accent.
You know, Mina, personally, I'm not gonna lie. I always speak things that are fucking shallow, bro. Especially at school. When I'm presenting, I'm not even gonna lie. I say shit that is so shallow, but because I can manipulate the tongue.
Wait, chuni Twitter abanithi.
I mean, ngavela ngifake accent. Akula muntu ombuza man presentation.
Ungazuthi any questions
because
any questions bahle babe intimidated
ngiyabefake ibaleli one lesikhiwo adingene the course engiyenza because I
amalgamate
sounded like, you know.
photosynthesis
However,
with some emphasis.
However, in as much as we can agree, and
ngivela ngavela uthi bok
ngani ngiyabona umuntu afunde ku A school yabukela i-podcast lezo kuthiwa kule podcast kobulawayo. Let me just tune in.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The views and opinions of the podcast of Atlantic.
Who's this on?
Ladies and gentlemen.
But I know Prince Ukona was a Yeah. So anyway, I was saying, Lawe, I think it needs you to apply your reasoning skills as an adult human being, right? Don't listen to how a person is saying something. Listen to what they're saying. You know, otherwise, intimidate about Jane up. Bruh. You know, so in as much as
Excuse you, brother.
you know,
Yes.
so my the point that I was making is that in as much as there's no linear correlation between your accent and the intelligence of what you're saying, and because in this cat you always find examples of like anything. For example, Julius, but you can see the sense in what he's saying. Then there's guys like Abo Vusi Tembe. Why? You know,
Tell
like,
sir, I say you must.
hey,
Fuck off.
Fuck up.
Bob City.
you know,
I see.
So a guy like Uvus, and you know, in such guys and I was really like, hey, this guy really knows what he's saying. And a few years down the line, I'm like, wait a minute, there's nothing that this guy is saying that's out of this world. Fine, he's knowledgeable in his field.
But he's not saying something that hasn't been said.
He's not saying anything that I don't know.
Kulento ngibona ngathi i-scam man. Maybe nxa sengakhanya ngathi I'm bashing ama businesses abanye abantwana, but I feel like into le i-scam and i-scam vele.
Keeping get around in fana. Abangene.
Like kulama lokhu zenini kulama seminars la ajalo kwenzakala lawa ngikuzukhuluma ngovuzi
business seminars.
Business seminars like come join us to learn ama business ideas
Uthi
blah,
nama
blah, blah.
forex.
But uzathola kuthiwa $100 ukungena
Ndoda kulamanye 1000 ndoda. Yikho phela kuvela khona into lezazo bo 500k odina uJC. People think you can talk your way into riches.
Hey! Abaqali.
Mina.
Why it's not coming from the right place is that we all come from Zim here, bro. And
no, me, I'm not Zimbabwean. I say
you identify as
African.
But anyway, I'm
Tiri
saying
Masoto
for that
Tiri
amount of
Masoto.
money, right? Bati,
was ukuthi siyathetha mase set dops on veil.
Bati for the price of 10k. To the Tafula, that's gonna be close to the speak. Do you know how much you can do with 10k in Zim, bro? For that same business that you're going,
Slim.
bro.
Angiyabulayo.
But I'm like, dog.
On the accent. Accent what?
Privilege.
Oh,
Privilege,
Accent
yeah.
privilege. All right. Corner. All right. Let me give you an example.
Corner.
Yeah. A corner. For example, imagine. Let me put it into context. Imagine you're in a plane. And then that guy that announces additional passengers will be boarding this flight. Imagine, Doctor, attention all passengers. So for some areas, and it is key for you to have an accent, and so that you can converse with people like hotels, banks, so that you are clear and precise.
I want mina into endleza ikumvumelana khona lo breeze ukuthi amakhiwa lina zalibhotshela emakhanda.
It's true, but
No.
on this one, ngiyangani.
No, the thing is,
On this one,
you understand, because society has made it that way. You can't have attention all passengers airplane in.
Yeah,
Society has made locality.
But alimale ngangao.
No, as come for that, ngafika airplane. So attention all. Yeah, to a chain. I
also saw a tweet like someone was saying they've lost an opportunity to get a job just because of the way that they sound, especially like outside Africa, you know, and you're black.
Yeah,
if you're maybe, let's say you're Chinese or Japanese or whatever, if your English is bad, fine, your skin color will win you over. But if you're black and then do you have
Solitin. City
Mina-
English test.
Also, let me go back to high school.
Yeah.
Like obviously sisesikolo it was all about looks. Asingenandaba ukuthi emotions, character. Asingathwala ama X-ray and stuff. So if an ugly nigga would approach you by the accent Yay, angani
Hey,
iPhone.
rugby.
So sorry.
Yo, Chris,
Accent your
what he's
rugby, and then
laughing
you be
for?
like,
What he's
oh,
laughing for,
most people,
Chris?
if you check, most of the people that dated Amantaba Zhuang, the way they speak, we want to know. Bamshang is ling. Quick, fast.
What's your own?
What are you tuning?
I think
ziyakhonjwa vele members zama-private
Mina-
uyibonjale isho mleya
I think outside of Konoko, ukuthi obviously in the mental colonialism. One of the other things, though, is there's kind of sometimes a causality that you can trace. For example, language, because of what the British did on this planet, it became a major language, especially in studies. So there's very little advanced programs you can do that are not in English.
Yeah.
You can't get a PhD or change engineering in Balong Kalang. We're not there. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? We're not there. So you understand it. Yeah. So you want to study psychology, you want to study engineering, you want to study quantum physics. All of those fields are majorly written in English. So the better grasp you have of the English language, the better chances you have of understanding what you're reading. So some of it came from the fact that
But I feel like kokunye kusiwa be disadvantage. I remember sile interview lo langa wawakhuluma into engathi similar ukuthi I feel like kube izinto ezinjenge engineering zona lezi zifundwa ngesikhalanga bro. Ngaba abantu ba blind vele bonke la.
no ngavela abantu abaningi balakho
Because into ehlula abantu kumetha zimethi ngokwazi isikhiwa.
kungathiwa like Thabo had 10 pairs le sakwazi amaphezi kwini
correlation everybody ngoba correlation uthi
vele haya usibona
Already kulama number kumele udile lawo before isikhiwa lezi esibhaliwe.
But I sometimes feel like that's why Chinese people are excelling. Because they don't have the pressure of learning things in English.
Oh, bro,
They
very
just do it
countries
in their
that are
language. Yeah.
what's the word? Not mono. What's the word? Yeah, these kind of countries. That's why Russia and Obo Lokuzini.
Kabala pressure sokufunda ngesikhiwa.
Spain.
Bafunda ama languages.
Yeah. So nje lo mnyama uthi akula course osungafuna ukuyenza right now. Ungazi ngema sitheni. But anyway, that's the point. So sometimes I'll take it as a half-half. Sometimes better English, traditionally came from, you went to a better school, you did a master's or a PhD in something. You
So
had to learn the language.
are we saying that we're all taking our kids to a school?
Either that or we also now need to look into the future of having our all of these fields interpreted into our languages. And then umntwana uhambe esifundela quantum physics ngesindebele.
Right.
Ethi uyabona iatom ke kuthiwa kunesindebele ugqebheja. Ugqebheja.
Yeah. No, the thing is that to answer a question Mgcini. To answer a question Mgcini, it depends on why you as a parent are
Ngani
sending.
ngiyazibuza kulezi ne biology. Sesicubungula ngesindebele.
Yabuza lokho uzithi iatom ke kuthiwa kuyini?
Ingwanda.
Yabona ingwanda. Wena uyakhwela amangwanda.
But
Because I
anyway,
feel like isindebele ngathi si raw like okunye okubhowayo.
really.
hayi ukuthi asijayelanga ngakuyinto ngayo sathi sijayela bese bancane kangekho strange
So this never jayele andikabe kuzinhlamba. Imagine you've been speaking English the whole day and then ngabe okhwatsha kona
Plus
izindebele.
yabona abantu lina vele seliwonakile elokhuzeni emakhanda. Nje ngikhuluma ngo drilling.
Yeah, I love
La
it.
ngihleka.
Uyabona isikhiwa ngathi your jaw. It's not offensive kwathi ngathi mhlathi wakho.
That guy, his jaw.
avela
Yo Joe. Joe Fetoko.
That guy,
Joe Fetoko.
uthi he uzothi ngithi mhlathi wenje sikhona bonimember le nje
emotionally, we're still
anyway,
attached to our languages.
What did you say,
Khuluma, bro.
What I was saying, and I think you said something which doesn't mean this to like private school or something. No, I don't think that's it. It depends on why you are sending your kids to that school. You may relate, and I know for a fact that I learned to some people whose parents are sending them to like that school simply because utakufunda makiwa korapa. You know, and I always felt like that's a very shallow reason. You know, I mean, there's a you don't care about the education curriculum. You don't care about what you're exposing your child
But
to.
I think the assumption is
personally, I'm going to send my kids to a private school because the confidence people from private schools, they don't have that inferiority complex that people from. We have one even bekhuluma idoti like into engela so uyakwanisa ukuyikhuluma 1 minute yonke.
So I remember we our white friends we gave them Ndebele names. Yeah, those guy called Tim. That's Jabulani.
Stephen
Yeah. So anyway, my point is, it went to the extent ukuthi abanye you'd hear ukuthi like ngakibo they're not allowed to speak in ngesintu. Namthe umdala ngimazi nje. Ngakuzi umbuzo ngesindebele you answer him in Ndebele, bro. But it was so fascinating to me that like simply because you're learning at a school like that, ngofika endlini Kbrizzy practice foot.
Yeah, ne? Yeah. Ngaku tricky. Before sihamba ikhona senze li ceiling challenge.
Jane, I think so.
Jane. Suke wayenza I ceiling challenge.
kodwa
Anosibambele lapha manje, eh?
Nabaziqhwalile nina. Selina more problems.
Ceiling lapha.
ukuthi after lana post izole kaSindi wathi
I mean,
Awusisilwane uwinile lo.
Hala nohle wavalile.
into engiyicabangayo.
wayivala bro. Like I even dreamt.
Ngabona ukuyela podcast.
That's how nice it was.
Abantu abangazi ceiling challenge.
Akuyi explain ceiling
challenge.
challenge.
But no, kulo kuzenini kule audience sibile le 50 I think Tongo Fanuel. So just to give Fanuel context.
All right.
Just to give Fanuel context. There's a
trend.
There's a trend. Akasiza bro.
It was started by this Asian girl, and it wasn't even about shaking ass. I think she was washing the dishes or something. Then exactly. Like, so you stick.
Abakithi bathi imganu. No, amagaro.
Makaro.
So anyway, the challenge goes like this: you stick your phone on the ceiling or a fan, whatever, right? And you just record a video of yourself doing some ratchet ass shit.
Start twerking.
Yeah. Sparingo madani play. Yeah. Kwesithiwa ngiya last year. Sikeni traction.
Would you do it? Mele siyenze that ceiling challenge. Here's our intro podcast. Yeah.
Do you know I'm using this accent?
Like, which one?
Vuyithe mankazana nozayiba ngamagaba. So from today.
But I mean intro ya.
Nantheze podcast mbane yasenze
ini. Ceiling challenge. Are you ready to do the challenge?
Yeah. Do you accept? Do you accept the challenge? And then intro, guys. I feel like Itagin. So what do you know kakhulu social media? To your point. Exactly. Like so what thing is style so like kudunuzwe njani?
I feel like oqiniswe living ngelandaba la until che runway white lwana wabethuna.
Mina lena lwana white.
Yeah. Mina ngizalitshela something.
Angazibizo like.
Ile kuzale ngiyanithi iphuma no cause I was like.
Nah, that one was not giving.
But ngabona tongo bantu kena okubed baby. Okukhipha ama states akuthi kusenza malini.
18 million.
Ngathi kodwa lathi yikho into ezinje sihlala sitrenda. Amadoda nje izibuno sizikhonzile to.
But I feel like
amadoda siyawathanda ndo.
Izibuni zakhe ezemnika 18 million.
I feel like amagaro sesabona kakhulu.
She's not even the most paid.
Style like is different ukuthi swabona. Garesi garo solibona from ceiling.
Daza to Topola.
Njengokuthi
because I feel like after lokuzeni
sabona amagaro ngeEnglish yana.
After silhouette bro iwina oku express okungadlula.
Bazoyifaka phakathi kathesi.
Bayifaka phakathi ku silhouette.
Ngiyathatha ifoni beyithi. Ubona ngama rapper kubonga.
Ha?
Ngawona.
Even la le ceiling la futhi
oqola imfeka
bakhona sebengenile amapendeka.
Sebesimoshela man. I'm very much quite
they don't leave anything to the imagination.
Abayemoshi.
Ufana nokuthi uyibone uyadlula.
But I've got a
uyakwazi
question.
ukuthi into engithi bayimosha uyakwazi kuyechaza nje ubona umuntu ogqoke imini skirt ngibibham short
Yeah, leave something to the imagination. Sesiqedisa thina
uyakwazi khona lo
Anyways,
But I've got a question. Do you think
suspense le
mana, hey,
I'm explaining Ndunu.
azumuntu yatheni.
Azumuntu explaining Ndunu lo.
Ukubona ukubuza something.
I wanted to ask Uguti, do you think it's wrong or it's right?
It's what?
It's wrong or right? Wrong or right?
Ukwenzani? Like ukubukela or ukwenza like indunu challenge.
No, just everything about it.
Asiko up.
It's a difficult conversation in this terrain.
I feel like I saw that's what a friend of mine was saying.
Yeah, doing promotion.
you really can come up and say this is wrong or this is right.
Yeah, it's right.
just a
Until is your
No,
but I say your mother. I want to say yeah, your beetroot.
Ishandi sileli lishapu lenza ungagadi umshova lathi. Cabanga sigadi umshova la ku TikTok sesikubona ngapha sidunusela. Mntaka namampo. Come on.
Ifoni ngawo
You can't be doing
yiphezulu
that.
masele
Akhona I'm sure we do.
Akhona ama bloopers, I'm sure. What's the reason why it was?
The reason why I'm asking is because there's this lady with TikTok who was like, I think was it in which is something.
How?
Or representation of Christ.
How?
She was like, and it's trending, and because people are responding to what she was saying, but she was saying, every lady that's doing that challenge, you are fatherless.
They are
something
fatherless.
like that. Yeah. It's just
Fatherless.
That's
crazy.
you guys don't have morals and stuff.
All
That's
right.
why I'm asking.
Mina, what I was going to say, it's all right. It comes on on your perspective, and if you see it as wrong, it's wrong, and if you don't see if you don't see anything wrong with it, there's nothing wrong with it in your eyes, and so anyone can view it anyhow they view, but don't attack the next person
For doing it.
If you feel like it's wrong, you should not be attacked.
It's wrong
for
for
feeling
you.
like it. If that other person feels like it's okay for them, leave them alone.
Yeah, but that what you're saying. What you're saying.
Manyala, you shit.
Lalela, what you're saying.
Come to God.
I have a problem with the fatherless take.
No, it's
I feel like
all,
it's very
no,
insensitive.
Look, and
Yeah, no, that was
look, and it's
spoken out of
all
emotion.
in whatever it's all in your your morals and what you believe in. And if you feel like then stay away from it, and so that it will not
Delete
bother you.
TikTok.
Go pendula, bro.
Stay away njani thina
Man.
lisitshengisa indunu zenu
Man.
ngamasili.
TikTok.
Go pendula.
Yeah.
What you are saying is actually the hallmark problem of our entire generation, because what's happening is everyone is making truth subjective.
Yeah.
And we've moved from making truth subjective to making reality subjective. That's why we have people actually in court right now fighting for ama rights, ama daughter, ama sex change to go play sports with women, because they are saying it feels right. You understand? So I'm not saying something is right or wrong, but this conversation we're having right now is very the big question of our entire generation. Tinuguti, or have we stopped agreeing that they are universal truths?
Yeah.
Truths?
That's the problem with our generation, that is, because the truth is, and some of us we run away from the truth. Morally, okay.
Udunuselani ku internet.
Morally, we know it's not.
Konapa, people are saying,
According to whose morals, so.
But we have a
according to your
society.
beliefs,
Exactly.
and according to what you believe in, and
Very globalization was the
These
first
were
the
brought
thing.
by who? Tumelo, answer.
so at the end of the day,
Araba.
and at the end of the day, if it's going against your beliefs, and if you think it's wrong, and then that's you. And you will deal with it the way you see fit. And
So lena lithi kudunusa ku internet.
Lalela, wena yabona lokho
no,
kutsho ukuthi
instead, according to
mana yabona according to you is the first problem. Because now if you police yourself individually, how do we reach a common consensus as people and say this is acceptable behavior, this isn't acceptable behavior? Because everyone is now making personal rules.
No.
That's the first issue we have. The second issue we have is people saying, yeah, but I'm just doing my thing when I See, that doesn't hold water, because you are putting it online and millions of people are seeing it. And then when you start saying, yeah, but it's just doing into it's not hurting anyone, it's out there. People are seeing it. Underage kids are getting my early impressions of what looks like, this is what normal
TikTok,
behavior
bro,
is.
TikTok abantu babona jeki izibuno ndoda.
True.
Abantwana abancane ndoda.
So ngathi I'm
But
not rating anyone.
yeah, no,
TikTok
yeah.
kanti ayingasebo
Yeah, it was that. But you know what the problem with
guys.
Do you know what the problem with this is? And you're speaking fact, and the truth is, and where do we draw the line? But the thing is, now we can't draw the line.
We can't.
That's the problem.
Unless we have a hard conversation.
Because if we actually do draw the line, and that's when they say, you wanna you're going against the wall. That's where people become against you. And
but then that's a
that
tough
is the
conversation.
problem. Yeah.
Hey, asafuni lokho.
Very kufuna khona one person to
Khaliband.
say, no, very kufuna that one brave person to say, I'm Matutan. Kala.
But uyitla wayekhuluma so.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. That's why people go against. I'll give an example. I don't like this guy, but that's why people go against Chris Excel or Shaddai, because sometimes what they speak and is the things that people don't want to say out loud.
2023.
No, I'm not saying I'm not saying everything that he says is correct and.
You went on to right.
Yeah, no,
Right.
yeah, exactly. And all I'm saying is that sometimes actually all I'm saying is that sometimes and it goes a little buhlungu because no one wants to say it. And so now the thing is now we don't have that person to actually draw that and say, okay, when does this stop or when does this reach guys a cement picture? Because we're all afraid of ngakhuluma so about 15 months that you are what you're wrong for this, what you're so.
And it's going to see you in the next life. Look, we plan to look
But what I'll say though, is on that Lokuzenan, my thoughts on this one is that I feel like we'll never need to worry about that. Because again, I've said this before, the world is going through a phase of self-correction. The more liberal the left becomes, the more authoritarian the right becomes.
It's true.
Yeah. So, where is Zimbabwe?
I wish is a ceiling challenge. I wish
This could happen
each
every
2 weeks.
or romantically.
But it's always good to Mateo. Ikaro. Says ngakhuluma ngama-morality lama-world but ikaro. Just put a caro there and I'm happy.
And is it right?
Mina, I'm even willing.
Wait, where's this going on?
But this has been a great episode of the ByoPodcast in Ngxoxo 99. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Janko is thank you. If you don't, God, full time.
Full time.